Okay, based off the thumbnail, the title, and what you just saw here, it's no secret. We're going to be looking at guitar picks today. Hi, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Keith. Today we're going to have a guitar pick shootout between a different variety of guitar picks of different thicknesses and materials. Now, the impetus behind this whole thing was I went to my local tech and he had one of these blue chip guitar picks. These are the expensive guitar picks that cost 30 bucks per pick, which I was not willing to make that kind of investment in one of these, and I'm kind of glad I didn't, but I'll get to more of that later on in the video. But first, let's go ahead and go over real quick what picks we're going to be using for this example. We're going to start off from thickest to smallest. This is Dunlop Gator Grip. This is 2.0 millimeters thick. Next up, we have a Gloss Flow by Dunlop, another 2.0 millimeter thick. This one has more of a plasticky resin feel. Regarding the blue chip, this is a 1.5 millimeter thick blue chip guitar pick. It's a TD60 is the name of that model in particular. Then we're going to shoot on down to a Dunlop Tortex. You can't really see the text on there because it's worn off, but this is 1.14 millimeter thickness. Finally, we have my go-to, the Dunlop Tortex 0.88, and it's right there. It's a good little guitar pick, really common. So I was thinking about how to do this whole thing, so we're going to start everything off with a blind test. What I'm going to do is put something over the screen, and I'm going to go through just an E chord randomly, and I'm going to assign each one of these picks a letter, and I'll reveal what picks they are at the end of this whole kind of little demo here. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so I'm going to give you a chance to rewind that right now and listen to them again, and then I'm going to reveal the actual guitar picks used for each one of these right now. Alright, so now that you know what they are, did you have a favorite? Does it even sound different to you? There was a kind of really big difference to me, not only feel, which is very important, but also tone. And I do think that using different guitar picks gives you a different tonality based off of what material and thickness you use. I mean, you could almost use them as a little EQ when you're playing an acoustic guitar, especially. But now that we have that whole example down, we're going to go through and I'm going to do a quick little, short riff with each of these while you know exactly what they are, and you can kind of get a feel maybe, and you could rewind it. This is the purpose of this, to kind of figure things out for yourself, what you like better and what you don't. So we'll start off with the riff, and then we're going to come back around and do a quick strummy thing with each of the picks, and then give our final verdict. This is the Gator Grip 2.0 millimeter thickness. Next up, we have the Gloss Flow 2.0 millimeters thick. Next up, we have the Blue Chip TD60. Moving on down to the Dunlop Tortex 1.14 millimeter thick. Finally, my go-to right here, Dunlop Tortex 0.88 millimeters. Alright, now that we have that down, what did you think about it? Rewind it and, give it another listen. Leave comments down below. We'll do one more final thing. We'll go in reverse order, and we're going to be doing just a couple chord strummy thing on each one of these guitar picks. So let's go ahead and get started. This is the Dunlop Tortex 0.88 millimeter. Next we have the Dunlop Tortex 1.14 millimeter. Now we have the blue chip. Now we have the Dunlop Gloss Flow. Finally, we have the Dunlop Gator Grip 2.0 millimeter. Alright, now we're all done. Again, I have my personal opinions and I'll go ahead and share it now. Out of all of these guitar picks, I do have a favorite. Now, this is all completely subjective because A, it's hard to play the same thing exactly the same way twice. B, we're going through a microphone through YouTube, so it's going to be hard for you to tell. And C, you can't really tell how they feel unless you have them in your hands against the strings. There's a big difference. I'm going to go ahead and show you a kind of example between, let's just go between the green one and the thicker blue chip here. So if I just do something like this. Right? And then if I take my green pick and do the same thing. Right? Can you hear the difference there? That's the blue chip, and here's the Tortex. There is a clear difference here. It's more of a muted and understated sound with a thicker guitar pick, especially whatever material this uses, this blue chip. What do you prefer though? Do you want a more understated, jazzy, or whatever it is? Or would you prefer something a little more bright? It's completely subjective. It's what you want. And I think really it's probably best to have multiple picks of different thicknesses and different materials and use whichever one serves the song better. Then ultimately, if you're not doing that, it comes down to what your ears like to hear the most and how it feels different. I can't say I really enjoy using thicker picks on an acoustic guitar because it kind of feels like the guitar is bogged down, like it's moisture ridden and can't really speak to me, as opposed to using a lighter pick that gives me more of a snap. But then again, this is what my ears are used to, is that more snappy, more responsive sound. So is it better? Is it not? I can't really tell you there. What I can tell you is that I do prefer the way this sounds better, but who knows? Maybe one of these days I'll need to use something like a blue chip or one of the thicker picks that I have here. So decision's completely up to you. It's the whole point of the whole thing. So I thought that this whole kind of exercise might be helpful to you, and if it was, please let me know. So if you thought this video was helpful or entertaining, please like, subscribe. I do have Sweetwater affiliate links down in the description as well. It's a wonderful way to help, and Patreon is the best way to help if you want to make a commitment that way. If not, Sweetwater affiliate links or just a simple subscribe does the job. With all that said, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later. Thanks. I hope I didn't lose that blue chip.